Hello, Madridistas, and welcome to Planet Real, a place for all things Real Madrid. Well, here we are, first video. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and I finally got the courage to do it, so let's just get it on with the video. Alright, welcome everyone. I would like to thank you for sharing this adventure with me. This is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. The idea of the channel is to provide commentary, to react to everything that happens around Real Madrid, and to amplify the real important news around the club. Mass media usually don't do that, and they don't focus on the important things. And I truly believe that from this point on, this is going to be a fundamental issue for our team. So I'm going to be expanding on the subject more in a future video. I would like to start this time by talking about the recent events around the club. Not much really happening these days. Last week we had the departure of Nacho Hernandez and Joselu, which are two very important players which we love, and they have earned that love. Nacho with an amazing career. He joined the club at 11 years old. He was part of all categories until he became our first captain, and he lifted the two most important trophies, La Liga and our 15th European Cup. Real Madrid, the top winner of this competition. So I can't think about a better way to end your career after such a long time than lifting the most important trophy. Nacho was always an example of a dedicated professional. And even though some people wanted him to be a one-club man, I don't think that's really important. And I understand why he's leaving. He's getting a huge contract, a 2-year contract. We all know that Real Madrid doesn't offer a contract longer than a year after a certain age, which I think is the right thing to do. And he's getting 2 years. He's getting, according to sources, 10 million euro per year, which is way more than he would have made in Real Madrid. I understand he has to think about his family, his future, and listen, I mean, his value just went up after last season. It was not an easy season for him. He had a hard time, even losing his spot to Tchouaméni, who's not a central defender, a natural central defender. And I understand what he's doing, and I support it. I think you need to look out for your future and your family, especially after being such a great professional for such a long time. I think he's doing the right thing. So all my support to our Nacho Hernandez. He will always be a legend. He's a record man. He has won many titles. The same with Joselu, even though his career has been very different. He played for a lot of clubs. He was transferred to Real Madrid in 2011. He played one game. He scored. I remember it was a play with Cristiano. A pass from Cristiano. I remember, I think it was against Almeria, and Cristiano made a run on the left side of the pitch and crossed the ball, and there was Joselu. Just so one game, one goal, and then he was transferred to Germany, and he played for a few clubs there. He played for Hoffenheim. He played for Eintracht Frankfurt, for Hanover. Then he went to England, played for Stoke City, Newcastle. He went back to Spain to play with Deportivo, for Alaves, for the Espanyol. And then he was loaned to Real Madrid, which was his lifelong dream. And he had an amazing season. He knew he was not going to be the main striker, but he accepted his role. He was an amazing professional, and he did what he had to do whenever he was called into the pitch by Ancelotti. He took us into the final with those 2 goals against Bayern Munich. All of this has made his value go up, and he has decided to leave the club. I think, even the club understands what he's doing, and the club is helping him to do it. The club bought his transfer rights from Espanyol for €1.5 million and somehow facilitated his transfer to Qatar. Now he's going to be there for a couple of years. Again, something he wouldn't have gotten in Madrid, because he would have been offered certainly a single-year contract. So, according to El Confidencial, which is a Spanish media outlet, he's getting around 8 million euro per year. So, hey, that's another guy who wants to make sure his family is well fed. You can only respect that. And he's going to Qatar. His new team will be Al-Gharafa, a team I know nothing about. I guess we'll take a look at them every now and then to see how old dear Joselu is doing. Same thing with Nacho and his departure to Al Qadassia, that's in Saudi Arabia. Both of them going to the Middle East and cashing out on their recent success. I really think they are doing the right thing. Joselu probably was not going to have enough playing time. Endrick is coming. Mbappe is already signed. He probably was going to be the third striker, even though we know Ancelotti values experience and people he trusts, and he takes it very slow with the younger players. Probably he's going to be very patient with Endrick. But still, as the season would have progressed, we could have seen less and less of Joselu. So I think he's doing the right thing for his family, for himself, and full support for him as well. And June 30th marked the official end of Toni Kroos' contract with Real Madrid. One of the most painful and admirable retirements I have ever seen. Probably the most admirable ever. Maybe only comparable to Zidane's. But this one had the added on of that farewell at the Santiago Bernabeu. I mean, that was incredible. What can I say about Toni Kroos? One of my favorite players ever. Certainly my top three, along with Zinedine Zidane and Cristiano Ronaldo. He is a legend in Real Madrid history. But the way he's retiring is beyond words. I want to make more videos about him, definitely. Unfortunately, Toni won't be playing anymore. It has happened. Spain took Germany off the competition in a very controversial game. I don't want to go too deep into it, but I think Cucurella's hand should have been awarded a penalty for Germany. They have explained that it is different than the situation in the Denmark-Germany match, in which Germany got a penalty in a very similar situation. I think that any hand that it's away of the body, as Cucurella's hand was, should be a penalty. There's no doubt. It changes the outcome of the game. They are trying to give excuses. To me, it's just another dark decision from probably the worst refereeing we have in years. I mean, refereeing has been always an issue. We have had ghost goals in World Cup finals. We have had ghost penalties in during the whole competition. I mean, it's always going to be an issue. But I think that it's important that when referees make a mistake, they say, okay, we made a mistake. I don't like it when they think everybody's stupid and they can just pull out a silly excuse and think that everybody's going to swallow that. It doesn't work. It doesn't work anymore. Maybe mass media swallows that. Like I'm seeing a bunch of reports in media and they say, yeah, it is right because the interpretation, and then you have a similar play a few days ago and it is a penalty. But hey, that's why YouTube is here, and that's the great thing about YouTube. We can come here and say, hey, no, we're not stupid. You made a mistake. Best case scenario, you made a mistake. But what can I say? It is what it is, and we're going to have a lot of time to speak about it because I'm sure that during the season we're going to have plenty of situations to speak about it. But anyway, truth is that Toni's career has come to an end, and all we can say is thank you. Danke, Toni. You are forever a leyenda blanca. You will always be in our hearts, and we will always love you, Toni. Thank you. Danke, Toni. On the other hand, the renewals of Luka Modric and Lucas Vazquez seem to be still in the making. There are rumors that it's all set, that it's all done, but nothing has been announced yet, nothing official, so we'll have to wait a little bit for that. I believe those are good renewals. Lucas Vazquez has had a good season. He has been reliable whenever Ancelotti has needed him. And Luka Modric, I think, is going to be fundamental in this whole process of renewal. In this new team that is being formed with so many young players, I think that since Toni Kroos is not going to be there, Luka Modric is going to take the role of being the veteran who leads the way. We'll talk more about it in the upcoming weeks. Well, hopefully I'll be able to make more videos. I have a lot of work to do outside of the channel. This is new to me, and it also takes a lot of learning on my side. I know this is not the latest news, but I wanted to start with something that I find a very interesting point of conversation. We are still waiting for news about the transfers of Lane Yoro and Alphonso Davies, two very interesting players that I really hope end up in our squad. Davies has had a very interesting Copa America so far. He's already in the semi-finals with Canada, and we see how it goes. They will have to face Argentina next. And well, that's it. That's the first video, this first experiment. Let me know what you think about Nacho's and Joselu's departure. Let me know what you think about Toni Kroos, the legend, about the renewals. How important do you think Luka Modric is going to be? Write down in the comments. Again, thank you for being there. Keep on supporting, keep on rooting. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay safe, and Hala Madrid!